Welcome to episode 4 of Let's Play the Banner Saga. I guess we're talking to Oddleaf. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It is funny, my father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? I never cared for the expression. It means you're going to be okay. People look up to you. Well, that's stating the obvious, right? That means you're going to be okay. That's not being strong, that's just being. I feel nothing about my husband's dying, people thinking I'm strong. If I cry about my insides, feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you. Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, if something happened. Your family, you should carry it. What would you have done? Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I think they would follow you. I would vouch for you. You're probably right. I would vouch for you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. I'll do my best. I rely on you. Oof. I rely on you? I'll be there when I can. Just don't expect any miracles. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you, Nalette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on her shoulder and she heads back to the camp. Morale improved, okay. 5 renown. Let's get out of here. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We could recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Wish the fighters well, see them off with extra supplies. Remind everyone that they're free to do as they please. You think you'll survive out there on your own? Tell them they're needed here. Let's go with you think you'll survive out there on your own? The men look at each other somberly before one says, That's why we have to go out here alone. Our kin are as good as dead. They check the straps of their packs once more and depart. So we lost 8 fighters because of that. Complaints of Rafsnafatara excessive drinking has resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffler's leg before leading him to you. Punish him physically, ban him from camping near others in the future. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Vassafater groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Vassafater manages to find another drink, whether you allow it or not. "Dredge!" shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Rathafater, the unabashed drunk, staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Rathafater. Banish the drunkard from your caravan. Let your clansmen deliver justice. Weather yourself against the dredge, just in case. I mean, we gotta do something about this guy, right? We need to deliver justice. A swift and brutal beating befalls Rathafater, one that leaves him begging for mercy. The next time he is offered meat, the man shies away in fear. As for the rest of the caravan, everyone seems pretty satisfied. Morale improved, okay.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they have been freezing in front of Frostfeller for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? You can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you among the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Bloodsbalker, Greyhorn, people from Britta, all the nearby villages. The dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostfeller has locked himself in the Great Hall. That's when they close the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Well, we're getting in the walls somehow. I want to know more about what's going on in here. Let's lay low for now. Where else could we go? Where else could we go? With our whole caravan? South, but Sigarholm or Borsgard are so far away, they may as well be horse-borne lands. The dredge are moving south. If we keep going west, we might get out of their path. Wormtoe is half as far as Sigarholm and full of Varl. And across the wastes, these people won't make it. I don't like any of these ideas. That's because they're all bad. There's no point talking about leaving. We have to get in there. Let's lay low for now. That's not good. I want to know more about what's going on here. I see a lot of people gather around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How will we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, just push it really hard. Okay. We can go to the market. Not sure how much food we need to buy. Ooh, that's a enticing drum roll. Rest, heroes, or market. So we did market, so let's go to the gate, I guess. Doesn't seem to be anything else to do. You approach the gate, where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors, several pin-cushioned bodies lie unclaimed, as though they simply belonged there. Arches upon the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. Ivor, did you really expect to push these gates open? Find out more from the crowd, shout out at the guards on the wall, leave the gates and try something else. Find out more, maybe? You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in here, too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Agile pulls you aside. I was following the outside of these walls, he says, and there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if a handful of us get in, we might be open the gates from the inside. Try to push through the front gates, shout at the guards, check the water passage. Shouting's probably not gonna help us. I guess we're going for that water passage. I'm not fitting through there, says Ivor, when you arrive at the narrow ducts. Go without me. It looks like I'll get on top of the walls. It'll get you on top of the walls and then down the gate where you can open it. I do have a bad feeling about this. But I don't think we have any other option. So we're probably gonna have to fight some guards without Ivor. Can we even do that? Let's try. Wait for us at the gate, Ivor. We'll be quick. When Egil said water, you should have guessed runoff. Still, you managed to squeeze your way through tight stonework and force your way past an iron gate. You take stairs to the top of the walls. As you approach the gate, armed men take notice. They don't ask questions. Oh, we cannot use Hogan or Mogan either? Oh, they're in the team already. Never mind. I'm blind. Okay. So... did their stats go down? What the hell? I guess we might as well use... how do I equip it? I'm not sure. Why is it not? Okay, so that does it. Ah, okay. So we can get 1 armor, strength, and will from that. Alright, let's do it. So they said to have your archer after your melee. Hmm. To battle! They're coming from all sides. Lovely. So look at. Ooh. Okay, that's not too bad. Definitely need to pick up that one. So I'm gonna put him. Hold on. And then maybe a lit on these guys. If we finish off these two real quick. So we're shooting that one first. For 2 damage or something like that. Maybe we use willpower. Bringing down to 8, then he cannot hit the rook anymore. And he will just need to make do against these guys. These guys will run in, so maybe put these a little back. They'll probably still make it though. No, it's not a good idea. We could ignore this guy for a while if we wanted to. So my first guys are going on this one. And then at some point we need either him or him to tackle this guy. Oh, we don't have willpower? Oh, 1 willpower only. Because of exertion or what it's called, yeah. So we rendered that guy. Oh my god, he hit a lead pretty badly. Well, that was not the plan. That sucks. If I go there, then Alet cannot move. Let's remove 2 armor then. We can run all the way up to this guy. And who's next? Probably one of these, right? So we rendered that guy pretty useless. Damn, I did not a good job at protecting my archers. Huh. Hold on for a second. Let's move back maybe. Oh, it's snowing. Damn, these archers are pretty useless, man. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Okay. Thread the needle hits all units between the archer and the target. Oh wow. We are taking a beating. It's kind of hard to see who's who. Alright, we need to tackle this guy, right? So how do we do that? Oh my god, she's gonna die. Oh my god, I didn't realize. What the hell's going on with him? Where I cannot not move? That was strange. Okay. I'm not sure how we're going to save Alet, to be honest. Okay. Now what's this? Bloody flail. A series of strikes. Each randomly attacks strength or armor. I guess that's what we got attacked with last time. So we can hit him for 3. Oh wow, this is really not very... It's hard to see who we should be attacking. So this guy still has 8 attack, 6 attack. Then it's that guy. Oh my god. Can we... Oh my god. She's dead. And we can attack this guy with 1. We're 1 turn too late. That's fine. So we reduce his health to 2. Oh my god! This is a massacre. We're getting our asses kicked. Let's just finish it. Not sure if that's a victory. Oh, she's just injured. Okay. I thought they would be dead. What in the depths are you doing? Echo. Letting ourselves in. I see that. I'm very impressed. With all those people you just let in here. Dead. All those women and children with you. Dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together. Skull. What are you talking about? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. If I knew there were fighters and Varl outside, I would have brought you in. I'm Echo. I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the god-forsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration, as he is simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there? Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me and to take back Frostweller. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have come to bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damned streets. Think carefully about what you want. Whew. I guess we'll join this guy for now. Good, because whatever else you were thinking would have been a bad idea. Echo shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down obscured alleys. Hope we know what you're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Little did they sleep. Chapter 3. Oh, we're going back to the other group, okay. Haken, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons, extra supplies too. You perk up, just now realizing Moger has been talking to you. Since Wagner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Moger. Haken? I heard you. What were you saying? Sorry, I just tired. Go on. Sorry, just tired. Go on. I was saying the Varl when we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Eric? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants dreads crawling through his street. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone, says Hagen. Enough flapping of mouths then. You're sure that wound has healed, Lewin? I agree, enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance will rot. Or worse. They're right, Luden. Return to Strand, go home. Luden makes his own decisions. Wagner's dead. There's no reason to stay. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell me one Varl died so the alliance is over? He has a point. As Wagner's Kender, you have the same responsibilities, Haken. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Luden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to this ring of tents and followers. Wandering roads, not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Haken? Tell them to be cautious, no more losses. Tell them we cover the mountainside. Dredge bodies. Tell them we don't stop until Schlid is retaken. Oof. Tell them to be cautious, no more losses. Will do. Give the word and we'll set off. Okay, we can talk to Mulger and what's his name again? You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No. Oh well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business. But I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Oh, it's Uben. Yeah. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When we spoke, when he spoke, Varn listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogo got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. What are you always putting down in your journal? I heard you were a terror in your days. What do you suppose happened to the sun? What are you always putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Arborang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes. The Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? God forbid. Gods forbid. Ha ha, you relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Or have they? Old habits, I suppose. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grofheim collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krummer is close, I think, but the adult son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be offed before I am, though. The scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery man for Jorundr now. Can't remember half what I've done. Hence the journal? Hence, don't get fancy on my behalf, Hagen. Okay, I won't. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black mounts. No more black mounts. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hooved more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Alright, let's talk to Mogar. I'd ask you how you're dealing with Wagner's dead, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady, old Mogar, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Wagner. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Have you throw together this many Varl? Half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal. I've, I've got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Wagner. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Ludens, man? They don't want to hear anything from me. I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludens' pet Varl is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Ursa. She's probably the best fighter Ludens got, to be honest. I've overheard some of the Varl call her the witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Haken. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget, you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So, no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Wagner to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although I have to wonder. Never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Wagner? I'd rather not say, Haken. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. If you say so, keep it to yourself. If there's a reason to bring it up again, I will. Let's go back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. Alright, let's put Eric in the team as well. We can promote Mother. That's a lot of armor. Okay. So look at the map. The Wandering Road, yeah, that's where we're on, and we're at Featherfell. And the other group is at Frostfeller. The Burra Pass. At Einertoft, the first Varl king found himself unable to push further into the north, cut off by a vast gorge at the crook of the Wormskill Mountains. He had built a bridge of such massive construction that it takes nearly 3 days to cross it on foot. As the legend goes, the Varl only managed to build it by filling the gorge with the bodies of dredge and working atop on them. Oof. Hraun. The long snowfields, tall mountains and sparse woods of Hraun used to be the gathering place of dredge during the Second Great War. As Varl pushed them ever northward, they took the land and settled it themselves, preferring the cold expanses over the warm, busier lands of the men to the south. Now the territory is almost entirely Varl. Got 65 days of supplies, okay? Look at that, says Mogr. In the hills. More dredge. No more than a dozen though. We could just as easily pass Maya's rush up there and slaughter them. Ludin overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. Be a waste of time, Strand can handle that. Mogr sent some warriors to take care of it. Ooh. We have 466 Varl in our team. What the hell? That's an army. Alright, let's send some warriors. Will do, he says. Hopefully they'll be able to catch back up with the caravan. He rushes off to find some volunteers. Ludin and his men are not asked. He return to travel.